Today we're going to be ranking every David Lynch film from 10 to 1. As a disclaimer, this is just my personal opinion, it's not a definitive guide, and I'm not including any short films or co-directed films that he has done, just feature films that he himself has directed. Unfortunately, David Lynch passed away on January 15th this year, so let's just honour his memory and look back at some of his films that he made over the course of his career. Coming at the number 10 spot, we've got The Straight Story.
I've got to make this trip on my own.
Alvin, you're gonna get blown on the road, that's what I'm afraid!
This is a story about a 73-year-old man who finds out that his brother is ill, so he decides to visit him across the country, but his only means of transport is a lawnmower. It's a really good film, but unfortunately it's at the bottom of the list because I tend to rate these films on rewatch value, and I just haven't gone back and watched this one very often. Coming in at number 9, we have Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me. This film acts as a prequel to the TV series Twin Peaks. I wasn't really a fan of this movie version. However, I did like the original episode of the Twin Peaks series directed by David Lynch. At number 8, we have Inland Empire.
I definitely heard that you have it.
David Lynch made this back in the mid-2000s. He also did the cinematography for it as well. It was shot on a low-budget Handycam, and I'm not sure whether he was going for this aesthetic or whether it was just a budget decision, but the look of the film is definitely unique.
Don't you remember anything? How it was?
Coming in at number 7, we have Dune.
He who controls the space controls the universe!
A lot of people have tried to adapt this book into a film. Alejandro Jodorowsky tried it, David Lynch tried it. Obviously there was the new version, which I thought was kind of bleak and stale. You could sum up the new Dune in one or two shots. This shot. And this shot. I enjoyed the production design, the look of the film. This Dune version is just a melting pot. It's definitely not a great film, but it's just wacky enough to be entertaining. At number 6, we have Lost Highway. This stars Bill Pullman, Patricia Arquette.
We've met before, haven't we?
I don't think so. Where was it you think we met?
Lost Highway is about a man who suffers from acute schizophrenia. It definitely has the Lynchian vibe that goes throughout many of his other films. Kind of like a suburban nightmare thriller. I really enjoyed it. At number 5, we have Wild at Heart, starring Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern.
You are not gonna see him ever.
The story is about Sailor Ripley, played by Nicolas Cage. He falls in love with Laura Dern, but her mother doesn't want anything to do with their relationship together. Lula! So Sailor and Lula go on the run, and it's a bit of a cross-country road trip. This was just a fun ride. Coming in at number 4, we have Mulholland Drive.
I wonder where you were going. Mulholland Drive. That's where I was going.
The story is about a woman who has a car crash and she's left dazed. She ends up stumbling into an apartment where she's discovered by Betty, played by Naomi Watts. She's an aspiring star and she tries to unravel and find out what happened to the woman. A really interesting watch and one that you think about for days afterwards.
Someone is in trouble. Something bad is happening.
Could be someone's missing, maybe.
I'd say that Mulholland Drive and Wild at Heart are probably his most accessible films to a wider audience. If you're not really sure about David Lynch or don't really know where to start, I'd say start with one of these two.
Camilla, you've come back.
At number 3, we've got Blue Velvet.
Everything is alright.
The film is about Jeffrey Beaumont, played by Kyle MacLachlan. He finds an ear out in a field and he gets tangled up in a erotic murder mystery. Dennis Hopper's in this and he goes all out. Not an easy watch, but one that I really enjoyed.
Are you the one that found the ear?
One name that keeps coming up is this woman Singer.
At number 2, we have The Elephant Man. This stars Anthony Hopkins, Anne Bancroft, John Gielgud and John Hurt as the Elephant Man. The film Elephant Man is about the real-life John Merrick. I think David Lynch does a great job of showing the pain that the Elephant Man has to endure.
Oh, Mr. Merrick, you're not an Elephant Man at all.
It's a touching, true-life story and definitely one worth checking out.
Mm-hmm. No. You're Romeo.
And of course, at the number 1 spot, we've got Eraserhead. Eraserhead is a surrealist horror film and was shot over many years. This to me is the epitome of midnight movies, you know, alongside Rocky Horror, Pink Flamingos. It's a dream of dark and troubling things, really. It's just one of those films you have to experience. No amount of telling you about it can prepare you for what Eraserhead is. Once you've seen Eraserhead, you either become a David Lynch fan or you don't care for him at all. Me personally, I'm a huge David Lynch fan. I've always loved his work and it's sad to see him go. Well, leave a comment guys, let us know what you think about David Lynch. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh, in the boxes as well, there's reviews. Just click on these. Help us out.